A day after a new message relating to Nancy Guthrie's disappearance was confirmed by authorities, Savannah Guthrie has released a new video during the search for her mother.
We received your message, and we understand. We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay.
Let's bring in George Washington University law professor and Fox News contributor Jonathan Turley. Professor, thank you for joining us. What do you make of that last video message from Savannah and her siblings?
Well, it is this terrible tragedy unfolding in front of all of us. The family's clearly indicating that they will pay the ransom, and they're indicating that they had some reason to believe that they're at a stage now where a transfer of money or bitcoins can be made. That's certainly the impression that is left. It's just so unclear what they have here. What is chilling, Charlie, about this case is that new technology has removed one of the great barriers for these types of kidnappings. Bitcoins allow people to get money that is less traceable. You know, if you go back to the Lindbergh case, for example, it was the money and tracing it that was part of the evidence used against Hoffman. And that type of money trail is something that the FBI had perfected as a very useful investigatory tool. It simply has become easier for people to create these types of transfers without traceable links. And I think that the FBI is obviously very concerned. They know that a lot of people will hear this and think, well, I could also do something like that. There's a lot of people who will use this as a terrible and chilling model. But the hopeful thought is that there has been a communication that's been authenticated and that we may still be able to get Nancy back.
You know, it's such a great point. And of course, obviously, you also have another situation where you have an ability, because of this technology, you have this ability of copycat scammers to insert themselves and really confuse investigators in ways that you never could before.
That's right. And, you know, there's obviously this percentage of people in the world who lack any type of moral, compass, and they prey upon people who are terrified. They create terror. And with AI, they can create very convincing cases that they have someone's loved one. The FBI has been really trying very hard to develop new ways of dealing with that. But I'm sure they're concerned that with something of this high visibility, you are going to see those, as you know, copycat type of felons.
Right. Also want to ask you about this. Ohio man was charged with allegedly threatening to kill JD Vance just days after another man was charged in an alleged plot to kill OMB director Russ Vought. You do get the sense that this threatened violence and actually carried out violence in the public political sector is getting more common.
Unfortunately, it is. I have a book out this week called Rage in the Republic, and it looks at our democracy and our revolution, but it looks at what's happening today and the increasing amount of political violent rhetoric that is coming out. And politicians don't seem to be making any change in that. I mean, this individual has been charged with both threats against Vance as well as possession of child abuse videos, which, by the way, carry a 20-year term as opposed to a 5-year term for the threat. But the concern here is that they just had their house broken into. And my former student, Russ Vought, was just the subject of a thwarted assassination attempt. And the question is, when are these politicians going to stop? And I talk about that in the book because it's one of those things where these are the same voices we've heard before. People who want to use rage for political advantage. They want to ride this rage wave to the midterms, but it can come at a terrible cost. Because there are people in this society, like the individual involved in the Vaught assassination attempt, who immediately said that he was trying to stop fascism. He was repeating the very language that he was hearing.
Yeah. Well, it is tragic, and we all pray that we turn away from this. Professor Turley, thank you so much.
Thank you, Charlie.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.